Tonight on CTV News at 5, a regional councillor files a notice of motion calling for an independent investigation into what's behind the region water crisis, supply crisis. Plus, a first of its kind in North America. A 10-year-old Fergus girl receives a new smart implant that allows her to hear like never before. And a final farewell, a popular cafe in Cambridge closing its doors after 2 decades in business. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. First at 5, a regional councillor is calling for an investigation into the region's water capacity crisis. He says it's time for a third-party review of decision-making that led to the region pausing development recommendations in Kitchener and Waterloo. CTV's Jeff Pickle has been following this for us and joins us live. Jeff, what does Doug Craig hope to gain from this?
Well, Ashley, really, it's 2 things. One, he says we need to know what went wrong to make the necessary corrections in the future. And he says they need to rebuild public trust to show transparency and action. Councillor Doug Ford proposed the idea at a meeting earlier this week. During that meeting, councillors were given a detailed presentation outlining just how serious the problem is. It was also detailed how warning signs about the water capacity issues were beginning to show up in 2021, leaving Craig to wonder why it took until the end of 2025 before they did anything about it.
Well, I think staff on the Wednesday meeting did a great job of outlining sort of what was happening now. But what was difficult for me to understand was going back 4 and 5 years where there seemed to be indicators, from my perspective, that things were going downhill. And it's that kind of concern that raised me to this issue of looking in terms of an outside expert to come in and to help define what's happened and to help make recommendations for the future.
Craig is bringing that motion forward at a meeting on March 10th. Coming up at 6, we'll have more on the report from the region's water experts and why Craig says it's important to get some answers. Ashley?
All right, CTV's Jeff Pickle reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Jeff. A major overhaul today to NASA's plans to land on the moon. The agency has now added an additional flight before it will attempt a landing. The new NASA administrator says the original timeline was not realistic.
This is the only way forward, and I'll say had similar conversations with all our stakeholders in Congress, and they're fully behind NASA in this approach. They know this is how NASA changed the world, and this is how NASA is going to do it again.
NASA will now add an additional flight in 2027 to carry out tests of new commercial landers in low Earth orbit and then launch at least 1 lunar landing mission in 2008. The goal is to accelerate the pace of, that's 2028 rather. The goal is to accelerate the pace of launches of their space launch system rocket while carrying out Artemis flights in steps, not attempting missions that rely on too many untested technologies or procedures. Meanwhile, Artemis 2, the flight that will carry Canadian Jeremy Hansen, is now expected to launch no earlier than April. Okay, it's time to check on our first weather check-in. Karis is at the Odd tonight. Karis, it almost felt too warm outside today for a game of hockey.
Absolutely, Ashley. Earlier today, you and I stepped out, and the minute that we walked out of those front doors of our station, we just kind of stood there for a second to bask in the sun. It really is a warmer day. You know, the sun was shining, and we had those warmer temperatures, which is always nice. Getting right into our satellite radar, as you can see, a little bit of cloud coverage. We're moving through. Nothing crazy. Look at that there. Just mostly sunshine, and that was the case from 3 o'clock. We had expected high of 5 degrees, and we actually did hit that. Continuing on, looking at what the temperature is right now, 5 degrees, still holding that daytime high, not too much wind, 20 kilometers per hour, a southerly wind. It really is just the perfect day to get outside, maybe even make your way over to the Rangers game. There is a big initiative happening that launched earlier this week, and later in the show, I'm going to be talking to the executive director of Rangers Reach, kind of talking about how people can win big these next couple of weeks coming up. So good weather, good chances to win some money. Overall, I would say a great Friday.
Oh, sounds great, Karis. Looking forward to hearing a little bit more about that as well as your full weather forecast later in the show. Thank you. Okay, as we head into our first break, here's what you need to know. Counterpoint Brewing Company is hosting a Songs and Stories Night. The event runs tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. It's a pay-what-you-can format with a portion of the proceeds going to Adults in Motion. CTV News continues in 2 minutes.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
All right, we're catching up with Nate Holler, Waterloo Region's very own. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I love it in here.
Oh, man, it's so good to have you back in studio. Let's talk about what you've been up to since the last time you were here.
Yeah, I mean, working on a bunch of new music, so that's been really fun. I have a new single out right now. It's called Thought About You, you guys. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. But, and then I'm going on tour.
Fantastic.
So we've just been kind of planning that, and I've been on the treadmill, just trying to get in shape for it, you know? Yeah.
Now let's talk about this tour, headlining tour. Fantastic news. You're coming here on the 18th.
18th, yes.
What's it like performing in front of a home crowd?
I mean, it's going to be awesome, I think. I always get a little nervous when my parents are there.
Yes.
Not that they're the most supportive people ever, but they are great. But I just want to do right by them, you know? So I'm going to be trying my just extra hard that day.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to be fabulous. But does it give you a little more optimism or more nerves when you're in front of that crowd, knowing there's faces out there that know you so well?
Yeah, I think it's nice. The support is nice, but it's just, I mean, I get nervous before every show.
Okay.
So I might be a little extra nervous that night,
yes,
but it's going to be good.
I mean, starting off spring, of course, with the new tour. Tell me a little bit about what fans can expect from the show.
Well, we're going to be playing new songs, which will be cool, even some that are not released yet. We're going to be playing the new single, which we've never played full band until this tour. So we start on the 11th.
That's really cool.
And we might do some fun covers, and it'll just be, you know, lighthearted, high energy.
Totally. And let's talk about, you know, you've been climbing the charts, you're now headlining the tour. What are some of the other goals on the horizon?
I mean, a bunch more new music is coming. So we're trying to figure out what dates make sense to release stuff. And then, I don't know, I haven't even thought that far ahead. We've been trying to get this tour all organized, and Cottage Springs. Have you had a Cottage Springs before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they're part of this tour.
Okay.
They're helping me go out on the road.
That's
so,
exciting.
We've just been kind of focused on that, but I'm really excited to get some new songs out.
Yes.
Just maybe a whole full project. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Can you tell us a little bit about those songs and sort of the inspiration behind them in this album, and you know, what's pretty much got us to this point?
Yeah, well, I had a song, my last single was with Tennille Towns, and I wrote that, didn't know it was going to be a duet, thought about Tennille, and it made sense to kind of lead the pack of songs. And then Thought About You is another breakup one, which is just kind of about like that moment when you think you're getting over someone. I've been there before.
I think everyone's been there.
Yes, and then you see like their mom at the supermarket or something, and it sends you in a spiral. And I think I think it'll all make sense once we put new music out, but those two made sense to kind of lead the pack into this next season of songs. So.
Well, that kind of leads me into my next question. I want to talk to you about inspiration and when you're writing and when you're sitting down and, you know, thinking about that next hit, that next song, that next chorus.
Yeah.
Where does it all come from? Is it individual moments in time, or do you sit down and just have a brainstorm session?
Yeah, so I do, first off, I talk to my friends a lot. I get a lot of inspo from like what other people are going through and try to relate to that thing. And then I keep a title bank on my phone, so I'll just write anything down. You might say something today and I'll be like, that's a title. And I'll put that in the phone, and I look at that a lot. And then once we get in the room to write, it happens different, you know, right to right, but we just kind of talk about different ideas and pitch titles and see what sticks and what resonates with people in the room, and then just go off of that. It's always a little different depending on who you're writing with, too.
Of course, your career is blossoming at the moment. Talk about that and, you know, what it all means to be here and, you know that sort of those next steps are happening in the present.
Well, I've wanted to do music since high school. So the fact that I get to be here doing an interview and get to go on the road and come back to my hometown and play Maxwell's which I played at the old Maxwell's many times. It's just exciting every day that I get to do music as my career. So,
have you had a pinch me moment so far? And if so, what was it?
Honestly, anytime people sing a word back to you or are able to sing lyrics of a song, I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Even if it's one person. It just blows my mind. So I feel like every show I have a little pinch me moment.
I think there's something about music that can resonate with everyone, whether or not it's, you know, the typical genre they listen to or it's something new. Is that sort of what you tailor your music to just be available for everyone, no matter what their maybe musical interest is at the time?
Yeah, try to. I try not to think about too much other than making the most honest song we can possibly make in the moment. So I just hope that people resonate with the songs, but as long as I'm kind of being true to what I want to do, I feel like that's maybe the key.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maxwell's March 18th.
Hey, we look pretty good on it.
We do indeed.
It looks cool.
Do you have a message for your fans watching at home?
Oh my gosh, well, just thanks for all the support, and I hope you come out to some sort of show on the tour. Come to Maxwell's on the 18th. March 18th, it's going to be a good night. You got to come.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Homegrown. Let's go.
Deal.
All right. Thank you for being here, Nate.
Thank you.
And here's what you need to know. You can still head over to on tonight, catch Karis and the Kitchener Rangers. They are facing off against the Brampton Steelheads. The puck drop is around 7 p.m. Tickets are still available online, or you can grab them at the box office. Stay with us. More news ahead.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Time to check back in with Karis, who's at the Kitchener Auditorium tonight for a fun announcement, it sounds like, Karis.
Absolutely, Ashley. You know the Rangers are all about fundraising, giving back to the community, so that is why they are launching their 4th annual Spring 50/50 Mega Jackpot. And I'm joined right now by Craig Campbell, who is the Executive Director of Rangers Reach, which is the charity branch of the organization. Okay, Craig, can you tell me a little bit about the big prizes and just how people can win this coming up campaign?
Yeah, we tried to build on what we did last year. Every time we go out and bring an event, we try and figure out how can we make it just a little bit better than what we did before. And so this year we've decided that we put a $50,000 guarantee on the board. So one lucky fan is going to win at least $50,000. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a lot more. So yeah, we got 16 days or 16 draws over the course of the event, a draw a day plus that final mega jackpot draw.
Wow. And starting with $50,000, that's crazy because last year the person that won the jackpot won $58,000. So we're really confident. You said that there's a goal that you're trying to get to that actually could break an OHL record. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we would love nothing more than to write somebody a check for over $100,000, and that would be an Ontario Hockey League record for a 50/50. We're super excited. I'm pretty confident we're going to get there. So as long as we can convince people that we have enough good prizing and stuff in the mix for them to be interested in, then, you know, we'll be well on our way.
And Rangers fans always showing up to support the team. Can you tell me about how quickly how fans can get tickets and things like that?
Absolutely. The easiest way for you to get tickets if you're not coming to the game is rangers5050.com. The second way you can get them if you're really lazy is you can text the word WIN to 95050. We'll send you a direct link to buy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Craig. I really appreciate this, of course. And some of those Ranger fans are starting to make their way to the Odd. The game puck drop is at 7 o'clock, so they're probably enjoying some of that nice sunshine that is still out there. If we take a look at our satellite radar right now, as you can see, this is actually the future cast. Clear skies, a little bit of cloud coverage, but nothing that's imposing on travel or anything like that. We will be getting some precipitation that's going to come overnight, as you can see right here. Friday night into Saturday, we're going to get a little bit of rain, depending on where you are. It could be a little bit heavier at times. Places like Peterborough and Toronto are getting a little more rain than we are. But the nice thing is it's just passing through, moving by until Saturday night. overnight into Sunday morning, we will get a little bit more flurries is what it's looking like instead of rain. But again, just continuing to move, scattered flurries throughout the night, and then it's going to be clear skies. The biggest thing right now isn't necessarily the conditions, but rather the temperature. So as we saw today, the expected high was 5 degrees. We're sitting at that right now. Sun is shining. It's beautiful. People are enjoying it everywhere. Places down in Windsor, 12 degrees, 10 in Sarnia, a little bit cooler just north of us in Wyerton, only 4, but still, any time that you are in the positives, it's nothing to complain about. Looking at our almanac now, as you can see, an expected high of 5. We did get there. Warmer than what we typically see this time of year, which is around 0. Our overnight low, -2, much warmer than the -9 we're expected to get. Sunrise at 7:02. Sunset, we have about an hour. 6:08 is when we're expected to get there. Days are getting longer. Spring is approaching. Looking at our overnight, -2. As we saw on that future cast, we're going to get some precipitation overnight, and that's what that 40% of showers or rain is. And then tomorrow, not quite getting back up to 5 degrees, but -3, pretty close to freezing. I'll take it. Sun and cloud, and that's that flurries that we'll get early in the morning. Now looking first at 5 forecast, your weekend forecast. The sun is going to stay, which is always nice to see. A little bit cooler than what we're seeing today, especially those overnight lows. They're going to start dropping. So Saturday, -3, dropping down to -12. Sunday, -7, all the way down to -17. It is going to get a little bit chillier, but nothing to complain about, especially with some of those freezing temperatures we've seen these last few weeks. Heading into next week now, -6 down to -12, and then about midway through the week, we are going to start getting back into the positives, 0 and +4. So lots to look forward to. The sunshine might not make as much of a return next week, but we will be in the positives. So you got to take what you can get. It can't be sunny and warm every single day of the week. So we're getting, like I said, closer to spring. Little by little, we're getting there. So hopefully people are enjoying the weather as it comes.
All right, Karis, it looks good. Looking forward to all that sunshine this weekend. Have fun at the odds tonight. We'll check back in with you during our 6 o'clock program. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at what's trending. Netflix declined to raise its offer to buy Warner Brothers, clearing the way for Paramount Skydance to purchase the company. Netflix confirmed it will not match the new bid of $111 billion, saying it is no longer financially attractive. The move puts an end to a bidding war which began last year. Paramount Skydance and Warner Brothers could merge into a company which has the potential to shake up the media landscape in the U.S. Or former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau attended a Toronto screening of Hair of the Bear, a debut film by his brother Alexander. The survival thriller is Alexander Trudeau's first fiction film. He says he and his older brother don't typically discuss film. Alexander says since stepping away from politics, Justin Trudeau has been enjoying a quieter period of life alongside his girlfriend, pop star Katy Perry. Okay, as we head into our next break, here's what you need to know. K-pop fans can dance the night away at Maxwell's concerts and events. The Waterloo venue is hosting Korean pop club date. Doors open at 8. Tickets can be purchased online.
Kitchener Rangers are celebrating International Women's Day, and CTV Kitchener has your chance to be there. Next Friday, the Rangers are highlighting the important women in the Rangers organization and community. Enter now for your chance to win at ctvkitchener.ca.
In tonight's Digital Dive, Waterloo Regional Police need your help identifying a person of interest in a sexual assault investigation. Police released a picture and video of this man they'd like to speak with, saying incidents occurred between October 2025 and January this year at a residential building in Kitchener. For more on this story, our online team has you covered. Just scan the QR code in the corner of your screen or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. Taking a look at the final 5 stories we're following today. Prime Minister Mark Carney is in India and is set to continue his government's ongoing push to reset Canada's fractured diplomatic relationship with India's government. Carney and the Indian Prime Minister are both looking to decrease their country's dependence on trade with the United States. CTV News has learned officials are planning to sign letters of intent and memorandums of understanding on defense, critical minerals, and energy. The Canadian Pediatric Society is recommending cholesterol screening for all children between the ages of 2 and 10. Experts say plaque buildup in arteries, including cholesterol, starts in childhood and is a key driver of heart disease and stroke. They say about 1 in 300 people have high cholesterol caused by genetic condition passed down through families. And universal screening with a blood test will allow doctors to identify the condition early. A young Fergus girl is hearing everyday sounds for the first time after becoming the first in North America to receive a new smart hearing device. It's the first cochlear implant of its kind because it allows for firmware updates like smartphones to access new features. Sick Kids Hospital did the groundbreaking procedure, which has changed the girl's life forever. CTV's Spencer Turcott will hear from her and the doctor who performed the successful surgery at 6. An iconic structure in the city of Waterloo has been demolished. The band shell at Waterloo Park has been around since 1967. It was a place where festivals and concerts were held. Here's what it looked like before it was taken down. The city says it no longer has the electrical service capacity and infrastructure to support light and sound needs of modern performances. The city's parks team is working on updating the Waterloo Park plan, but admit it is unlikely there will be a replacement band shell going up in the same spot. Finally, for us, it's the end of an era for a beloved coffee shop in the heart of Galt. After more than 23 years, the Grand Cafe is closing its doors. Owners Michelle and Michael George opened the shop back in 2003 after the couple moved to Cambridge from Toronto and felt they were missing a good cup of coffee. Decades later, they've hosted actors, production crews, and customers of all ages, leaving a lasting legacy and a bittersweet goodbye.
We've really gotten to know a lot of people over the years, made a lot of friendships, and had a lot of coffee to drink with people and tell stories.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick hears from longtime customers who shared their memories and well wishes for the new retirees. Well, congratulations to them and have the best time in your retirement. That is our time for now, but we'll have more local news coverage at 6 with Krista Simpson. First, here's CTV National News. Have a good night.